What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Limited Tools. In this video, I'm gonna make a circular saw cutting guide. And for my beginners, between this video and the track saw video, we should now be able to cut straight and accurate lines, which will be helpful in our next few episodes of Limited Tools. To use this guide, it's pretty simple. Just mark your cutting line, and I happen to keep a aluminum tube in the shop just for the purpose of a straight edge. So I mark my line out and I take the guide and I place it on the line. I find that having a wide base really helps you line up the guide on the line much quicker. And for beginners, it may be helpful for you to make a 24, a 48, and also a 96 in a track like this. With a simple guide like this one, you can get extremely accurate cuts. The only thing is, at times you may need two hands to operate, and that's mainly to control the saw. Before beginning, I had a 1x3 piece of pine which I tested to make sure the edge was straight, and I also tested the plywood to see if that edge was straight as well. Next, I butt the blade of the saw up to the edge of the plywood. Then I took the combination square and pushed that measurements in about an inch. I want the final cut to be made by the saw blade. I clamped the 1x3 in place, and then I did the same thing on the opposite end. I flipped the plywood over because I wanted to screw the 1x3 on from the bottom. I drew a reference line to help me stay within the vicinity of the 1x3. I pre-drilled the hole with a countersink bit. This way the screw heads can be much lower than the surface. And now the 1x3 I'm using has extended past the edge of the plywood, so to cut that back, I'm going to use my framing square as a straight edge to cut that off. And now I can trim up the guide by making the first cut. Now this guide is a bit wide, and I like the option of being able to cut on both sides if I really wanted to. And now that I'm going to cut the track away from the large sheet of plywood, I added this piece of back support to catch the wood so it doesn't fall as I'm cutting. And now to add the final piece to the saw guide. If you notice, the 1x3 is actually wider than the base of the saw guide, which is good because we're going to take the circular saw and remove the extra. After squaring up this piece of wood, I can now drill and install the screws. This added piece of wood is to help square the guide up on your work surface. So to put the final touch on this one, I want to give a quick light sand with 220 grit just to hit the corners and knock off any blowouts that may be on here so we don't get any splinters in our hands, and apply some wax to the surface, and this would help with the friction of your saw as you're rubbing it back and forth. And that's it for this one, guys. So I'm hoping that some of you guys already started picking up some of these tools, and hopefully you guys can stay up to date with me, and I will catch you guys on the next one. If you guys are new to the channel, definitely click that subscribe button. Catch you guys next time. Peace.